Welcome back, guys. For this video, I will be making a Ariana Grande inspired outfit. Backtracking to my old video, I talked about working on a project, which is this video. Here I am searching for some inspo on what type of silhouette I want to make, and it came down to these two, this pink one and this purple one. So I began sketching the final idea was going to be, but before I show you the final sketch, I had to figure out what fabric I was going to use. As I dig through, it came down to this glitter mesh fabric and this medium weight neoprene and this heavy weight black neoprene. I started off by figuring out the circumference of the skirt plus ease. I laid out the fabric and measured the radius of the skirt. I chalked each radius point. Then I pinned inside to prevent the fabric from slipping when cutting out the circle. Next, I connected all the points. Now we cut the circle out and remeasure to make sure everything is even. Next, I repeat the same steps for the waist circumference. Since I'm also using the black glitter mesh, I turned the fabric inside out to prevent it from sticking to the neoprene. I laid the purple fabric on top and used it as a pattern. All the same steps were repeated once again. Then I unfolded both pieces of the fabric, placing the purple fabric down first, stacking on top the glitter fabric and pin around the waist. Then take it to the sewing machine and baste to prevent it from stretching more when draping. Once removing the pins, I repinned 4 equal parts to locate the front, back, and both side seams. For the leftover fabric on the side seams, I did one simple box pleat. Once I took a step back, unpinned and repinned a new type of pleat. This time I was happy with the look, so I hand basted it to keep it in place. Going back to the sewing machine and stay stitching where I hand basted. At the last minute, I wanted to add a hidden slit for a reveal. I highly suggest you do not do this. When I pinned the skirt back on the dress form, I noticed there was still some leftover fabric because I didn't stitch close the area where I had originally planned to install a zipper. Next, I created a 2-inch waist strap. Then I flipped the fabric to the right side, machine based, pinned it to the skirt and stitched it together. I don't really know what I did here, but I folded a triangle to mirror the hidden pleat at the waist and stitched an additional piece on top. Now I sewed my hem and press. Here I turned the skirt inside out and pinned the mesh to the underside. I steamed the dress to make sure everything draped evenly. The next day I catch stitched the hem to give it that seamless look. Here's how it turned out. These are the closures I'll be using for the hidden seam. Moving on to the top of the skirt. This is the look I was trying to go for. I did not have enough of this fabric, So I'll be adding this other similar colored fabric with different stretch properties. For this part, I will be draping the sample on top of the dress form in order to achieve the look I'm going for. Next, I start to drew the pattern. Refit the pattern on the dress form. Once all the final adjustments are made, I'm going to be cutting out all the pieces I need. Pin and sew. Add some elastic. Add some boning. Next, I'll be creating the sleeve from a basic pattern sleeve. Then I'll be creating the back pattern piece and the cuff. After that, I'll be cutting out the pattern piece on 3 different types of fabric. Starting off with the cuffs and attaching them to the sleeve. Now sew the sleeve to itself. Then I'll stack all the fabric pieces from the back and sew them together. Once that is done, I'll attach the front straps to the back piece to keep the sleeve in place. Then baste the edge to prevent it from slipping. I'm going to pin around the armhole to keep everything in place from slipping when stitching it to the straps and the back piece, and stay stitch afterwards. Now I will be sewing the 3 pieces together. Moving on to the bralette. I did not film everything before this step since it is like a repetition of the other piece that I did not even end up using. Oh well. Moving on to creating the straps. I don't know why, but these straps were attached to each other instead of being one whole piece. To make things worse, this strap did not want to turn inside out smoothly. After trying for 2 hours, I finally got it. Now I need to press it flat. Attach it to the bra and sew. Then I'm going to be hand sewing the seams down. I did 2 different types of hand stitches and I would prefer the second one. The last strap that had to be created was going to be placed underneath the bra. For some reason, learning the first time wasn't enough, so I ended up using elastic to make the strap. Finally, the last piece that had to be created was going to be the support structure for the sleeves, which consisted of unbleached muslin, plastic boning, and lightweight black stretch fabric. As you can see, the sleeve cannot stand on its own. Lastly, I'm adding any final adjustments and adding closures to complete this project. And that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be posting a video with this outfit on Monday, April 27th, so keep an eye out for that one. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.